And I know you got a lot of phone calls. Because I got phone calls. They didn't know I was off the council.
Okay, well, we can table this for a few. We can revisit it at the next workshop. What's on the agenda for, was there something to do with this on the next workshop? Did you say something on the, no? I don't feel like we've got the consensus here to start seeking candidates, but I do believe that, to be fair to Mr. Trost and Mr. Lang, and this is personal opinion, if you guys disagree, if you folks disagree, you're welcome to speak up, but that they should be able to review the resumes of the two candidates that would be in the pool, and then
We might want to question them after we read the resumes.
Absolutely.
Either the two of us or all of us.
Absolutely, and then perhaps, go ahead, were you gonna say something, Mr. Murphy?
But yeah, and the one thing I would say is, as far as, I'll check with the city attorney as far as what the legality is of giving the resume and the info to the council as far as contacting him and interviewing him. I'm not able to speak to that right now, but I'll double check it and make sure I have that for the, prior to the workshop. Excuse me.
So we will talk about this at the workshop.
Well, I mean,
Will they be able to-
I can give you the info for it.
They can get the resumes, that's pretty public, isn't it?
I believe so, but I'll just double check that.
What do you think?
Mayor and council, I think the resumes are public, but I think you need to know that people are still interested before you start talking about them for this position. So I think some level of communication needs to happen before we start talking about people.
Okay, so a phone call to both candidates?
I thought resumes were confidential. You can't, we can show resumes to people?
Mayor and council, why don't David and I talk about this?
Okay.
I think that we can if these are people that applied and submitted that as part of the application. But we'll have our act together for the next meeting, I think, to talk about this.
Next council meeting or the next workshop? Which
You
are you
tell us, I
thinking?
think.
I think we'd like to look at it at the workshop, so. Okay, so this has officially been tabled? Do we need to make a motion to that effect?
No, I had this on there for
Okay.
discussion and direction from council, and I think I have the
Okay.
direction.
Okay, 8.5, authorizing expenditure for the property management licensing and permitting modules with Banyan Data Systems, Inc. Mr. Murphy?
That is Ms. Rosenfeld.
Oh, Ms. Rosenfeld, sorry.
I need to talk again. Thanks, Mr. Mayor and council member. Currently, the city utilizes Banyan Data Systems for all of our accounting and point-of-sale functions. It's been brought to our attention that Banyan also offers property management, permitting, and licensing modules that would integrate with the accounting software. So staff did some research, visited other cities that use that module. They came out and did a presentation to us. We did a lot of question and answering on what we currently do with Permit Edge, which is currently our permitting function software. And it seems to meet our needs for the city, or can be. The city currently uses Permit Edge, and we received an estimate for an upgrade, which would cost approximately $20,000 for an upgrade. And we have budgeted $5,000 a year in the past 2 years in our capital budget for that upgrade. The cost to purchase the property management software through Banyan is approximately $4,800. The cost for the data conversion from Permit Edge to Banyan is approximately $500. The total cost to convert from Permit Edge to Banyan will not exceed $5,300, with an annual support fee of $865. So if you look at that compared to the upgrade for Permit Edge, there is a cost savings there, as well as the integration into our accounting system software as well. There's also added functions including database management for code enforcement, licensing, and overall property management that we don't currently have with Permit Edge. So with that, staff is looking for direction, but with a motion to approve the authorization of funds with a not-to-exceed amount of $5,300 and an annual fee of $865 for support. The funds would be depreciated from the Community Development Capital Account. And then on the back side of your report, you'll see the estimate we received from Banyan. That's it.
Thank you, Ms. Rosenfeld. Any questions?
I was wondering why we didn't have Banyan in the first place.
Yeah.
The
Meyer.
city originally, when we brought our permitting back in-house, we brought in the software that it was originally on so that we were able to bring the historical data with it, as well as Banyan's property management, licensing, and permit modules are, they're not new, but they're not widely known or utilized, and it's not something that they market very heavily. This was found through some research and questioning on staff's part, and Banyan brought forward their information. And actually, as we were with the accounting system, the city of Belle Plaine will be sort of helping them create and modify their module, so they'll be taking it more to mass market in the future.
So we're beta?
Who's the other cities that currently use this software?
Big Lake. I can get that list for you, Councilmember Trost. We do
Give us
have
a
it. I
number,
just
general.
can't.
Does
Does it
every
say 20?
city have, our size have something like this?
To my knowledge, yes.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. I don't need you to get that.
Are you, you sort of described, I'm sorry, Ms. Meyer, you sort of described a situation. Does this have, is this kind of a beta setup? I mean, are they tested, this is all ready to go? It's good?
It's in place and it works just fine. But the problem you run into is they are a software developer. In fact,
Right.
they're an accounting software developer. And they don't have day-to-day experience or knowledge of what things should talk to each other better.
Yep.
So it's capable of doing everything we need, as well as things that we've requested. It's an opportunity for them to expand their product.
Okay, so they're doing some custom work for us?
Yep, no cost to us. They'll upgrade and help with
Custom,
that.
they're making some modules or
They
some of
will,
these
some
things
of
to-
it they
some
will
the functions are gonna
customize,
fit.
absolutely,
Okay.
with no additional cost.
All right. How long do you think that's gonna last? Do we have a time set? Is this indefinite? Because I'm getting at the idea that perhaps down the road, now what happened with Permit Edge? I mean, jeepers creepers, $20,000?
Right.
know?
Banyan Data System, you pay an annual support and maintenance fee. That annual fee means that they will upgrade, change, and give you all the technical support you need for as long as you own that product.
All right.
If at some time you outgrow their system, their goal is to grow with us. If we
Okay.
need something more for it, they'll be able to help develop
Sure.
that, and it's not an additional cost. The Permit Edge is a specific user option, or software, and you don't
Gotcha.
pay an annual support. In fact, we don't have support for that system. And to upgrade, you're basically buying